It is now time to experience the buzz, a podcast that takes an inside look at amazing people doing amazing things. Get ready for some great conversation that will be fascinating, educational, and inspiring. We will also leave room to help small businesses in a big way. Now, here's your host, entrepreneur Steve Buzzard.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into another episode of Experience the Buzz. My name is Steve Buzzard, your host. So good to be with you. And listen, I want to start off by saying thank you. Thank you to those of you that have decided to take a listen, right? To be a part of this experience, Experience the Buzz, whether you're catching us on YouTube or on all podcast platforms, which include the top two, Apple and Google. And listen, we'd love for you to be part of the family on a regular basis. This show, Experience the Buzz, this is episode number 135. We did have about a 4.5 month hiatus due to my work as a teacher, which, by the way, I'm now retired. So no 9 to 5 for hopefully the rest of my life. But you can subscribe, and that will alert you to brand new episodes that will be coming your way. Again, we're going to be doing this bi-weekly because in addition to Experience the Buzz, I am also putting out there a brand new podcast, which is called Let's Talk Weddings. That's right, Let's Talk Weddings podcast. In fact, we just did our first episode with my good friend and mentor in the DJ business, Joe Calamaris. The Let's Talk Weddings podcast is going to be all sorts of different wedding vendors and speaking into that industry. So I'm very excited about that. And in addition, that's right, I actually have a third one before the Let's Talk Weddings is First Look videos. I am still doing the reaction videos to heavy metal music, concert reviews, you name it. And you can catch that on YouTube as well. So a lot going on, right? And so to kick things off as we kind of get back in the swing of things with Experience the Buzz, we're going to have many more new entrepreneurs, and we're going to do a second go around with guests that have been on the show. But I wanted to kick things off. The last episode, I talked about 3 key moments in my entrepreneur career that were very, very pivotal for me. One back in 2002 relating to the Sacramento Kings when I worked for them. One in 2015 where I experienced not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 big things in my life that taught me a lot of lessons. And then the last one being the current one that just happened where I thought possibly I could be the head of school at the school I taught for 26 years. That didn't happen, but to find out more about that episode, you can check that out right on Experience the Buzz. Today's episode is going to be a lot shorter, maybe the shortest one I've done. These are 8 things that I have learned as an entrepreneur that I wanted to share with you. This podcast is for entrepreneurs from entrepreneurs. So I'm giving it to you, who is the entrepreneur, in this case, from an entrepreneur. And by the way, can I say I love being an entrepreneur? It really, really means a lot and has changed my life and has really directed my life in such a good way. So 8 things I've learned. Don't want to waste any more time. Let's get right to it. Number 1, let's start off with this. You can do multiple things great. Let me say it again. You can do multiple things great. I say that because listen, when you are an entrepreneur, there's a kind of couple paths, right? There is the entrepreneur that might create something and then sell it, right? That's not me, but there are people that will do that. They will create something, get it to a point where it's very popular, boom, sell it off, depending on what it is, all right? Number 2, you might have the entrepreneur that builds a brand, and then that becomes their lifestyle, their only lifestyle, right? That is very, very common. I think the most common, though, is the one that I've gone through and that many of you maybe have gone through, and that is that you have a 9 to 5 job. And you love your 9 to 5 job, but maybe you realize that it's not paying the bills, okay? Depending on how old you are, you might be saying, hey, I need a little side hustle. You can call it whatever you want. Side hustle, doesn't matter. But that's where I come in. I created my own business out of a necessity for my family. But obviously, if I was going to create something, it's something that I, of course, wanted to do and wanted to love and wanted to hopefully do for a long time. And that's what I've been able to do, is build a business that not only is me as a DJ, not as an auctioneer, not just as a youth basketball director, a summer camp, summer league, winter league, and now a podcaster to add to that menu. But I have found a way that I feel that I can give the energy that is needed for each thing. So take, for example, with the podcast, when I jumped in, I knew that with anything I do, I've got to be all in. And I was all in. And it was very hard for me when I got to the point, which was about 4.5 months ago, where I said, ooh, I need to put this on the back burner. That was hard for me to do. I have never done that with any of my other businesses. They have all found a way to build up as a DJ, auctioneer, and in the youth basketball program. Okay, so just know you can do multiple things great, and don't allow someone to say, hey, well, it looks like you got your time divided. Well, yes, of course you do, but that should not shortchange you from being able to do multiple things great. All right, did I say it? Multiple things great. You can do it. Number one. All right, let's move on to number two, and that is take care of your people. All right. Take care of your people. And I think that's twofold. If you build a business that's going to have employees, you're definitely going to want to take care of them, right? There's no doubt about that. On the other side, taking care of your people are the people that are your customers, okay? Customer service, to me, is absolutely the number one thing. Now, it took me a while to learn kind of the tricks and the trades and what was really behind that. And ultimately, what it comes down to is that you just show that you care. So let me just give you an example. I'm just going to give you a small example of taking care of your people. I have a policy which is 100% refund policy. I don't even know if I have a name for it. So for example, in my basketball portion of what I do, if someone emails me and say, hey, we have to back out, can I get a refund? My answer is always yes. Okay. It's not a portion. I don't keep anything. I give it back. Okay. Now that may be good, may not be good. It's worked for me. Okay. In the wedding business. And this only happened once where I had someone pay full price for me to do their wedding. Something didn't work out and they wanted the money back. I gave it back to them, right? No questions asked. So maybe you can just call it the no questions asked policy. I will tell you it pays off dividends because what it does is going to lead into the number three, which is the building trust fact. Find something that sets you apart, not only in what you do, but taking care of your people. When you show people that you care, that is going to go a long way. Okay, there's a ripple effect that takes place in business. There are things that are seen and unseen. By making a simple decision to tell someone, yes, I'll give you your money back, to me, I just feel like that goes a long way. So take care of your people. Now, as far as having employees, I am a self-operation when it comes to my DJ business and my auctioneer business. But within my youth basketball program, we do have a lot of assistant coaches. And what I did is I just tried to formulate a program where I could pay them better than if they went and worked a job at whatever, fast food restaurant, anywhere else. I just wanted them to feel like, yeah, I want to work at Buzzard Ball. First of all, because it's fun, but hey, I can make a little money doing it. So we did a system and where high school kids get paid a certain portion. If you're in college, it moves up. And then if you're a full-blown adult, meaning you're out of college, but you still want to work, I'm going to take care of you. So again, take care of your people. So let's recap. Do multiple things great. Yes, you can. And take care of your people. Number three is build trust within the community by delivering a great product. It's that simple. Find a way to build a great product, get it out there. And once you have it out there, you're going to be the go-to person. And I love that I've been able to do that with my youth basketball program. I definitely feel like it is something much different than any other youth, not basketball, but sports program in the area. It just offers something very special. And I'm very proud of that. And it's because of the people and the community and things that we put in place to create what would be a positive culture. On the DJ side, I use the word experience. It's in the podcast, Experience the Buzz. Experience to me is such a great buzzword, no pun intended, but creating an experience for a couple that is getting married, for doing a party, for a graduation party, for doing an auction, you got to be able to have a special touch on that. And a lot of that comes back to caring about what you're doing, caring about the people, and really understanding what is behind that that is going to deliver something different. So really creating your own niche that is going to stand out from anybody else, right? Because there are a lot of people in different areas of life, but you've got to find a way to stand above that competition. And in fact, I am going to put in number four, which was different, but this is an add-on because I just thought of it as I was telling you number three, which again is build trust within the community by delivering a great product. And that would be that there is no competition. Oh, did you hear me? There is no competition. I will tell you that having this mindset will serve you so well. You want to help others within your industry. So again, taking the basketball camp, there are many different types of basketball camps. I have no problem being able to say, hey, this is a great camp, okay? Because I know that I am a part of the whole. When it comes to be a wedding DJ, I am partnered with 3 other DJs that I actually give business to. They give business to me when we have double bookings. It's not a competition because guess what? There's plenty of weddings for everyone. Auctioneering, I'm partnered with a couple of auctioneers that are great. We're not the same style, but we're auctioneers and we do a good job. And so the same formula is in place. So if you can get that mindset that when you go in, that there is no competition, because here's the other thing, from those people, I learn things that help make me better. And I think through that, then you can establish kind of your own brand. So again, remember, there is no competition, okay? So you can do multiple things great. You take care of your people. You build that trust within the community by delivering a great product and no competition. One more before we go to a break and thank our sponsors. And that would be always look to improve, right? You always want to be learning more. You always want to be educating yourself, whether that be through books or podcasts. Do not be the smartest person in the room, all right? You have to be willing to listen more than you talk, if that makes sense, okay? Because when you are in situations, whether it be with other people that are in your business, if it's at a convention, a bridal expo, a PE conference, if you're teaching PE, whatever it may be, okay, you want to be able to take in from others as much as you can to build up. Picture this scenario, right? You go into a room and maybe it's a conference. We'll just take a conference. And you have that person that comes in. And yeah, they may be kind of the igniter. They might be the energy, but boy, they love talking about themselves. How quickly do we get bored of that, right? Or we want to check out. You want to be the person who listens and not just talks about yourself. And I had to admit, this is one thing that I have had to work on because 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, I was the opposite. I think I spent too much time talking about myself. And in my wisdom, I have learned that it's the complete opposite. You really are there to help make others shine. And through them, it can just make you better. Just be humble in what you do. So again, to recap our halfway point, we got, you could do multiple things great. It can be done. You want to take care of your people. You want to build trust within the community by delivering a great product. You always want to look to improve, always be the one learning. And oh yeah, the one before that is there is no competition. So I hope some of that's helpful, but here's the good news. I've got a little bit more for you. So we're going to take a break. And in fact, I'm going to do the break right now. We don't even have to do the break. We're right in it. And that would be to thank our sponsors. I want to thank Pit Boss Jerky and MIKIMOS. They are proud sponsors of Experience the Buzz. Pit Boss Jerky, they've been with me since day one. A big thank you to Joe. Joe is the founder and director of Pit Boss Jerky. And yes, they do have a website in which you can order the best jerky, I believe, in the world. I wouldn't want anything else. They've got 13 amazing flavors. He's got beef sticks. He's got barbecue sauce. And the most important thing, he has a website. I talked about it for months. It wasn't happening. And now it's in place where you can order for yourself. It's very easy. pitbossjerky.com. And of course, MIKIMOS Barbecue, which is a business run by my producer, Michael Kenobi. And he's been doing great. His business has been going well. They are catering for weddings and corporate events and birthday parties and you name it. And you can find them on Instagram. That's the best way to get in touch with them. You can DM them through that. That's MIKIMOS_barbecue. All right, so let's get back to it. The final 4 for you. So we said the big 8. They ended up being the big 9 because I added one in there about no competition. And number 6 would be patient. Experience pays off. Okay. When they say Rome wasn't built in a day, well, that's absolutely true, right? You're not going to build a successful business in one day, in 1 week, or even a year. It is a process. You are laying the bricks. You are laying the foundation. And as I look back on my career in terms of what I've been able to do with my businesses, listen, there was so much hard work. There was so much grinding that went on to get where I am today. And listen, I'm not stopping. That's the thing, is like, while it's definitely at a place where I could say, wow, we've really reached it, I never think that way, right? I always try to think about, how can we get better? What does the product look like? What do we need to change? What do I need to do better as a leader? What do I need to do better as a wedding DJ and auctioneer? Where can I learn? To give you an example of that, like I could, as far as auctioneering, one of my bucket list items was to go to auctioneering school. Well, I had already had 10 years experience. Why would I need school? Well, I'll tell you what, it was a big plus for me because it taught me so much, and it certified me as a auctioneer. I could now say that I'm a professional auctioneer with a certificate that says that. So that's pretty cool. So it's things like that I think you just have to be patient and know that the work is going to pay off, and your experience and everything, the blood, sweat, and tears that you put into your business, it will definitely pay off. I do believe that. Okay, let's move on to number 7. And this one, I think is very important, and that's work on yourself, okay? Mental health is a real thing. I used to shoo that thing off to the side, but I have to tell you what, it definitely has changed for me, especially in these last couple of years coming out of COVID and stuff. I found the opportunity and the time to be able to go. I'm with a group of men that are at my church. We meet on a weekly basis. I've been doing it for over 2 years. I'm now a leader of a group, and it's simply an opportunity to just talk about what's going on in our life, right? I have great conversations with my wife, Kristen. I also have great conversations with a group of men that are struggling with things, right? And when we get them out there, that's how we can kind of build community and build trust and really lean on each other to get things out that are maybe kind of inside, right? And to me, I believe that everybody can benefit from good mental health and being able to work on yourself, however that looks. So that could be exercising, obviously eating good food. That's been a journey in myself. I could do a whole podcast on that, but really trying to find those ways to make sure that you are taking care of yourself. I think a lot of people out there forget about themselves, and they put themselves last. And that may be you are a dad or a mom that is taking care of your children, and really you're putting them first and not yourself. Self first. It's very important to give yourself that time, right? And that's not a selfish thing at all. Obviously, you don't want to take that over the line and ignore all the other important things that are going on in your life. But working on yourself is definitely a key to success if you want to be an entrepreneur. All right, moving on to number 8. Oh man, I love these last two. Number 8, control what you can control and let go of what you can't control. And let me tell you, there is so much that you can't control. And so you have to let it go. Like I'm telling you, you have to let it go. All right. The only thing that you can control is yourself, your attitude, and your decisions. That's all that's in play right here. So you're going to have outside forces that may be working against you, and it may cause you to be a certain way. You have to be able to deal with those things and, get through them and then just let them go. Right. Because if it's a person or if it's an entity or whatever, guess what? The thing that you're worried about, they're not worried about. They don't care, right? They're not even thinking about it. And think about, what do we talk about? Free rent space in our head that we give people or things. We don't need to do it. We don't need to walk in fear. We need to walk in confidence of who we are and remind ourselves of how great we are as a person, and then execute that in what you are doing as an entrepreneur. So do not allow the things you can't control to take over your life. Only deal with what you can control. And then that leads into the final one, which is number 9. And then we will wrap it up here. And that is keep it positive. That's right. I know that sounds, I am the cup half full guy, and people they'll say, Steve, why are you so half full, cup half full guy? I'm like, well, because I'd rather be cup half full than cup half empty. Okay. I can't imagine being that kind of person. And if you're going to be a business person, you better be cup half full, because there's going to be a lot of things that come your way. And really, when you think about it, when adversity comes, the key factor is, what do you do as a result of that adversity? How do you let it affect you? Are you able to process it, take it in, realize, okay, maybe this is something I need to think about, come up with the solution, and then move forward? Or if it's something, going back to the last point, if it's negative energy, just don't give it the energy, right? And that's what I'm saying here is keep it positive. Don't give negative things energy in regards to people and situations. I can count on so many hands, right? The number of situations that I let get to me early in my career, they don't get to me anymore. I'm able to deal with them a lot quicker and a lot more direct. And so I will tell you, as an entrepreneur, these 9 things I think will really help you, right? Even if you're in the beginning stages of becoming an entrepreneur, maybe you're a few years in, or you're like me, you're wise as can be, right? You've been doing it for, 20, 25, 30 years. Our job at this point, if you're an entrepreneur that is in my position, that has had success with one or multiple things, is that it is our turn to give back to those that are on this journey or just starting their journey. And so that's why I wanted to share with you, again, doing a recap. Here we go. Number 1, you can do multiple things great. Got to believe that. Number 2, take care of your people. Customer service is number 1. Number 3, build trust within your community by delivering a great product. And so that's speaking to entrepreneurs that are going to work within their space of their community. Obviously, there's entrepreneurs that can go statewide, nationwide, international. That's kind of a different story. I'm not there. I'm more local, right? Number 4, there's no competition, right? Instead, we want those people that we think are our competition. We want to partner with those people and create something that is more powerful and actually will get us more business. Number 5, always look to improve, right? Don't want to be the smartest person in the room. Enjoy, podcasts that can teach you, books that can teach you, whatever it may be to help you realize that there is always more to learn. Number 6, be patient and realize that experience will indeed pay off if you stick to it. Number 7, work on yourself. That is very important. Mental health. Number 8, control what you can control and let go of what you can't control. And then finally, keep it positive. Don't let negative things, don't give them any energy, and make sure that you keep it positive. So there you have it. This is a special edition of Experience the Buzz. I hope it was helpful to you. Be sure to subscribe. We'd love for you to become part of the Experience the Buzz family. I am very excited to get back on track with new interviews coming your way. And then, of course, second conversations with people that have been on the show to see where they are at. This is a podcast for entrepreneurs from entrepreneurs. Thank you for stopping by. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining Steve this week on Experience the Buzz. Steve would love to hear from you. Leave a review or contact Steve directly with any questions at scbuzzard@gmail.com. To see the other adventures of Steve Buzzard, be sure to visit buzzardball.com.